Hello, today I'm going to be cooking a relatively simple Portuguese vegetable soup that I learned from both my neighbor and my boyfriend slash his family. So it's going to be kind of in between the two of those since they each prepare them slightly a different way. But overall, it's a pretty simple vegetable soup that is delicious, easy to make. So the main ingredients we're going to be using today are potatoes, carrots, French garlic, and then I also am going to add in a regular sweet potato as well. You can put pretty much whatever you want in here. Like I've made it with squash before, I've made it with pumpkin before. The two main ones that are always in there, I should say three main ones that are always in there, are the French garlic, the carrots, and the potatoes. The last bit, which today I'm doing sweet potato, this one can change a lot. Also, my neighbor cooks it without any other vegetables, so you also don't even need to use this if you don't want to. Step one is super easy. We're just gonna peel and cut all of these vegetables. Also, don't forget to wash them either. So I decided on 5 regular potatoes, 1 sweet potato, 2 carrots is what I'm gonna be peeling, at least to start. I think this should be enough, but I have a lot more potatoes if I need to add anything else. Normally I peel into my trash can, but my trash can smells really gross right now, so we're gonna peel into a bowl. Is this normal size for a sweet potato? I rarely buy vegetables, but this seems huge, but they were like all this size, so I have no idea. I'm already excited about this and I haven't even started cooking. You're probably supposed to take out the black bits with a knife, but I honestly just do it with the peeler while I'm peeling. I feel like I'm way less likely to cut my fingers off when I do that, because my knife skills are as close to non-existent as you can get for someone who has actually never needed stitches. I've never needed stitches from a knife. I've needed stitches from other stuff, like surgery and face planting into a doorknob and fainting in the shower. Actually, the fainting in the shower and the face planting into a doorknob were both glue stitches, so some of these potatoes look sketch. I also don't handle raw potatoes a lot, so maybe my version of sketch is actually just what a potato looks like. Did you know that raw potatoes smell weird? I think they smell weird, at least. They're clearly not rotten, but they got a funky potato smell to them. I also have like dirty clothes on the floor that are just now getting random pieces of potato and carrot skin landing in them. Also, the gross part wasn't actually that gross. I found potatoes look really gross, like surface level, and then you peel it and it's completely fine. Like they ugly on the outside, but beautiful on the inside, I guess is what you would say. We're almost halfway done though, and it's been 10 minutes. Apparently there's juice to carrots and it's spraying in my face right now. I almost cut all my nails off there, but the gel polish seemed to save them. Carrot number 2 done. We just got 2 potatoes left. See what I mean? Like they're really ugly on the outside, but you peel it and like this normally turns into nothing. Like 3 shaves in, it's already gone. This little butthole of the potato, the skin is not coming out. I think this one will have to be fixed with a knife. Or my finger. Boom, done. Last potato. Why is this one kind of foamy? Did I do something wrong? Maybe I'll rinse them one more time. I don't think that can hurt. Okay, so it's time to slice all of this up, and I got this knife that my neighbor also gave me. You really don't have to slice them too much, just like rough chunks is totally fine. So I put them in like eighths or cubes or whatever you want to call this, and they're gonna go in this pot, so I guess I'll get that started too. I've done like a little over half a pot of water, and as I'm cutting these, I'm just gonna put them in there because I don't really have anywhere else to put them. This one is massive. Potatoes are cut. Well, regular potatoes are cut. It's time for the carrot. Well, my dog's getting that piece. This is probably how not to use a knife 101. These are very hard to cut. There's too many vegetables / too much water, so we're gonna dump out a bunch of the water. This is gonna be a huge amount of soup, just FYI. So the stove is on, the water is slowly starting to heat up. You do want to add in, at this point, a little bit of olive oil, and we're also going to add in some salt, and we're gonna wait for that to start boiling. While we're waiting, we're gonna prep the French garlic, which just means cut it a little bit basically. And I'm gonna freeze the rest because I don't know when I'll use it next. I'm also gonna stir this to make sure the potatoes don't get burned. Did that help? Probably not, but I wanted to try at least. I don't really know how much of this to put. This really smells like a cross between an onion and a garlic. So that'll probably boil faster with the lid. The cord to my light was just sitting in my sink, so that's awesome. I was cleaning up a little behind me because it was stressing me out how messy my table back there was. I just found an onion, or I guess the beginnings of an onion plant now. I kind of want to plant it and see what happens because it dead ass already has roots growing, but I don't have a pot to put it in. So we're gonna put it back in its plastic bag because apparently it was not unhappy with that situation. Ooh, it's just starting to boil. Perfect timing. Now that it's boiling, we add in the French garlic. And then normally my neighbor adds in masa de pimental, but I don't have that. So I'm gonna add in like some chicken broth cubes. I need a little bit more than that. It's called caldo de gallina. I added in about like half of one total. And now we're gonna let this boil until all of this is soft. You also do want to stir occasionally so you don't burn anything. So to test how soft the vegetables are, I like to try and poke them. This sweet potato is really soft. The regular potato is pretty soft as well. Let's see about the carrots. The carrots are pretty soft, but I think they need like another 2 or 3 minutes at least. So I'm gonna let them cook a tiny bit longer. Good news is that everything is now soft enough. So I'm gonna pull this off the heat, I think, and start to immersion blend it, I believe is the English term. Oh no, I only have one outlet here and it's my light. Hello, darkness. Hello, still darkness, but functional immersion blender. I'm bad at this part. Let me test and see how this actually tastes. Praying it tastes good. It tastes very potato-y. I don't know if I like it. If I'm giving my food to someone else, I'm like so picky about it. I am gonna add like a tiny bit more olive oil and salt. We're gonna use like small salt. Good news, I didn't burn any vegetables to the bottom. That is so much better with a little bit of olive oil and salt. It does still kind of taste like potato, but I think that's to be expected from a soup made predominantly of potato. I think this is what the soup is supposed to taste like, so we'll see. I'm gonna feel so bad if it's really garbage and I didn't realize. I promise I tried. Like, genuinely tried my best. Yeah, that's much better with the olive oil. Can't skip the last step. That was literally written in my instructions. So I'm gonna plate up a bowl of this and give it to her, and then yeah, if she wants more, she can, of course, have more. These are my favorite bowls that I own, so it's going to one of these. I really hope she likes it,